Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Hendrik van der Nest. We've now reached the last lesson of our modules, and I'm going to give you a summary basically of what you need to build sequences and of course freestyling. Freestyling is basically anything goes. So that's basically that you can use for any type of show that you want to choreograph. So first of all, how do you build a dance sequence, and then what is freestyling? We're going to go into depth into both of these two topics. Now, first of all, what you need to do is pick a piece of music. One of the most crucial parts of choreographing a dance is to picking out music. Pick a piece that you love, that makes you feel emotional, that inspires you, and that wants you to dance also. Remember, this lesson is based on, it's not specifically referring to contemporary, it's not referring to ballroom and Latin, it's not specifically referring to line dance. This gives in a nutshell, so you can actually use this for various styles. So the techniques and all the tips or the advice that I'm giving you on this lesson. So don't worry about how long the piece is. You can always edit it to be longer and maybe use like a computer program that's called GarageBand to help you with that music. Take a long walk to listen to music you have maybe on your iPod or on your iPhone or on your cell phone or on a radio, and then make sure that you pick a song that you're listening to. You're not here, and that make sure that you're listening to it. So what I'm saying is you really need to understand what's happening in that song. What if it's a singer that's singing? What does it actually mean? What does those words mean? Does it have got meaning to somebody? Is it a happy song? Is it a sad song, etc.? So it's very important that you need to understand the mechanics of the song. Figure out your audience. So this is also how to put a show on a stage, or if you want to do at your home studio, want to do for your grandparents or for your aunts and uncles and for your parents, you want to do like a mini show, this you can actually use. Your audience in the case is who you will be teaching the dance to. Your audience is important because it will guide your choreography choices based on the audience's preferences and skills. For instance, you wouldn't teach the same dance to a group of experienced let's use ballerinas that you would to, like, for example, informal senior citizens. So remember, because they will never be able to do very advanced moves, so you have to make it as easy as possible and attractive as possible. Consider tailoring your dance to a specific group. If you're trying to create a new dance fad, you may want to go to a simple side, as most people's dance skills are of an amateur genre style, if you can say that. And then find your inspiration. Dances don't just appear out of nowhere. They are born from a choreographer's thoughts and points of view. So if you want to have got a specific topic that you want, or a message that you want to convey out to various groups of audiences, then think about basically what is the meaning to yourself. There are many ways to getting inspired to create a dance, and here I'm giving you guys a few options. Look at abstract designs and try to create movement that mimics what's on paper. Read a book and let a line from the book inspire your movement. Try listening to music you selected over and over and improvising a dance. Pick a mood or emotion and let it inspire the dance. Maybe watch a movie and try to recreate a scene from the movie through movement. So if it's something that's basically like a musical, don't try and recopy everything. Try and put your own movements. Be creative. Let a story, a relationship, or an abstract concept serve as the inspiration for the piece. And then determine the style of dance. So whether you want to do maybe a ballroom piece, so of course you need to go and have a look at that type of music. The age and skill level of your dancers will determine a great deal about the dance. After all, it is impossible to teach a hip-hop routine to maybe a five-year bunch of kids. That's basically taken just ballet. So you have to do basic skills with them, and then you can add a bit of technique, and then you can actually start building onto the sequence. Think about how old your dancers are and how much dance experience they have. Then pick a style of dance that the dancers will be able to confidently execute. It's okay to add moves in from different styles of dance. So remember a show, now there is a thing that we call exam work, syllabus work, competition work, and then of course you got show work. Now show work, anything goes, but make it easier so the dancers can actually perform those movements. Decides how many people will be performing in the dance. Is it going to be a solo? Is it going to be a duet? Is it going to be a group? Is it going to be maybe just 2 people, which is a duet? Or is it going to be maybe 10 people, etc.? So think about what you want the group or what you want the soloist or the people that's doing the duet to do. Decide if yourself will be dancing or if you will just be choreographing. So it is, my advice that I can give you is try and dance itself. Maybe do the dance first before you can actually teach it to your dancers, because it's going to be easier, specifically when you work with very raw amateurs, basically, that's never danced. Have fun and be true to yourself. Dance is like an art, very subjective, and that's what I'm saying. I'm just going to underline that, subjective. So subjective means anything goes. So it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. For me as a professional dancer, it might look wrong, but for you, basically, it's more attractive, or for your audience. So that's where show work comes in, basically. But don't do too much wild things, basically, that the whole thing falls apart. Don't get caught up in whether dance looks like every other dance. Just create a dance that's unique and that showcases your point of view as a choreographer. It's okay to be inspired by other dancers, but don't steal. That's very important. Don't steal move for move from any other dance. Don't get upset if your dance doesn't come out exactly how you've envisioned. From my experience, a dance never works out the way that you've planned up until the time that you actually put on the show. It never actually comes out to what the initial idea is. It always keeps on developing. Find the right space. To teach a dance to a group of people, you're going to need a decent amount of space so that people can move around. A studio space with a mirror is normally ideal, so what your students can see themselves in the mirror. But if you can't, maybe try like a basketball court. Yes, there's no mirror, but the best is actually just to get people to move and then maybe move to a studio. If you can't get a studio, maybe another idea is a gym. And so on. And there I've mentioned actually about the tennis or the basketball courts. Let's have a look at this video just to add on to what I've now really said also on this. Here's that video.
That's my girl. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a really good day. I have just come into this video to choreograph a new routine, and a lot of you guys have been asking me like how I choreograph and if I can make a video on how to choreograph dance routines. And this video can be applied to like complete beginners, because honestly, although I've been like dancing for my whole life and it's always been like a hobby and something that I've really loved to do, choreographing was completely new to me, and I had never really choreographed a routine until I started doing more dance videos on YouTube. And now I make like a ton of dance videos and I make tutorials for you guys, and you guys seem to really like them, so I figured that I can help with a video on how to choreograph. Quick disclaimer, I am not by any means a professional choreographer. I have a dance YouTube channel, as you guys can see, because you are on it, and if you're new here, then please do click to subscribe, because if you're watching this, that clearly means that you love dance, and I make a lot of dance videos, so yeah, join my little YouTube family. But yeah, I'm not a professional choreographer. I'm making this video purely to try and help other people, and because a lot of you guys have asked for it, so I really hope that you find this helpful. And without further ado, let's get into the tips. Tip number 1 is to pick a song that you want to choreograph to. Now, this can literally be anything. Like, I'm always asking for song suggestions. I normally go through on Apple Music and click browse, and you can see like the top trending songs, and I will normally like listen to like the top 5 and then pick whichever one I like the most. If you've been listening to a song or you've heard a song on the radio that you really like and you want to choreograph to, then just get that song up on YouTube and listen to it over and over and over again. Honestly, like, I can't stress that enough. Like, when you're on the train, the bus, at home, before you go to sleep, just listen to that song over and over again. Honestly, that's how you're going to start to like envision the dance. So moving on to the next part of tip number 1, you need to pick the section that you want to dance to. So songs are normally like 3 minutes long, and obviously you're not going to make a 3-minute routine, so you want to pick a section of that 3-minute song and stick to that section and listen to that section a lot, and envision moves that you think are going to fit to this song, kind of envision the vibe of the song, and yeah, just kind of like see yourself in your head dancing to this song, and that will really help you to kind of get started with choreographing. Tip number 2 is to get inspired. So watch a ton of your favorite dancers, your favorite choreographers, and if you are watching a lot of dance videos from the same choreographer, what you will notice is that a lot of them have a lot of the same moves and a lot of routines, or they have the same style. You'll find that a lot of the dances tend to look similar because they've put their own twist on the dances. So I feel like that's really important because you can kind of get inspired by their style and put that into your own style. You'll kind of notice that over time when you're choreographing that your routines will start to incorporate the same moves, and you'll draw inspiration from a lot of different things, and that's really important when you're creating choreography. Tip number 3, start to put together sequences of moves. So if you've listened to like a part of the song and you've kind of envisioned a few moves working together in your head, then start to put those moves together. And it doesn't matter if it's not in the right order or if it's not from the beginning of the section that you want to dance to, because you can kind of choreograph around, if that makes sense. So say you've got like a bit that you want to go in the middle, but you haven't got the end and the beginning yet. That doesn't matter, because you can choreograph the end and the beginning after, if that's easier. You kind of just have to do whatever works for you. I would say play the music to start with and kind of just see how your body reacts to the music naturally and see how your body wants to move, and then kind of build on that and build on putting movements together on that. Tip number 4. Once you've put sequences and combinations of movements together, then I would say either write down your moves, like write down all of your choreography. You can like draw little scribbles, whatever is going to help you to memorize the routine, or video yourself practicing, because that is so important. I can't stress to you how many times I've made up a really good routine and then I go back to practice the next day and I honestly cannot remember for the life of me like what move I did in between like these 2 moves. It's crazy how your brain can just forget if you haven't drilled the routine into you yet. So definitely either record or write down something so that you have your routine kind of there in case you need to go back for reference. And lastly, tip number 5, this is the biggest tip, just practice a lot. Just go over and over and over your routine, and when you go over like your first draft, you'll always find that there are bits that maybe don't look as good as when you first put them in the routine. So you can polish them, you can change them, you can kind of like go through and just kind of tweak little bits, and you kind of just want to make sure that the routine is really clean and that you know what you're doing. So that's definitely a really important tip. I always find myself like putting together a routine, and then at the end I will go back and I'll be like, no, I need to make it better, I need to make changes. I will go back and watch choreographers' videos and see what moves they've done and kind of try and incorporate that into my routine. If I'm making a routine up and it's got floor work in, I will always change the floor work by the time it comes to filming the routine, like always. It just is how it goes. But yeah, don't feel like you can't change parts of your routine once you've already made it up, because that's the whole part of like the process. Like you want to be able to be happy and proud with the routine that you've made up. So don't feel like when you finish that you can't go back and change, because you can. At the end of the day, it's your choreography. Just keep working on it until you feel like it's ready, and then yeah, you can share your choreography with other people. And also don't be scared to share choreography. Like at the end of the day, the point of this is that you've been able to create a whole routine by yourself, and that is a massive accomplishment and a really big deal. So just feel proud of whatever you've been able to create, and like with everything, the more that you do it and the more that you practice choreographing, the easier it will become. I by no means a pro at this. I find it really hard. I often find myself having like mind blocks and not being able to choreograph. I definitely feel like having the right song or being really inspired by a song really helps me, and also trying to choreograph to different types of songs, like not doing 2 songs that are the same each week, because then I find myself really struggling to come up with different moves and like moving in a different way. So definitely experiment with different songs and different vibes. But yeah, overall they are my top 5 tips. I really hope that this video has helped you in some way. If you do any choreography of yourself, I would absolutely love to watch and show you guys some support. So please let me know down in the comments below if you've got like a dance channel or anything like that. And yeah, make sure to stay tuned to my channel because a new dance video will be coming very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And apart from that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
As you guys can see, it's very important basically just to do it like a building block on top of each other. So go through all of these tips and then work slowly through the process until you are more confident with the process. And then from there, put your performance on. So the second part of the lesson is freestyling. What is this concept? That is what it is. Anything goes. Freestyling dancing is all about self-expression and improvisation. The link between all of these different styles is that it allows and even pushes dancers to dance as originally as they can. So it's not choreographed movements. It's basically any type of movement that you can think of. Yes, you have to link all of them together, but dancers will become freer. And once again, I'm referring to not specifically to line dance and ballroom and Latin and contemporary. This you can use for all of these styles and so much more. And then also freestyle dancing is improvisation. It's when you do dance on the spot that weren't choreographed ahead of time. You probably freestyle all the time already. You don't have to do it in a performance, but full out performing while you do. So just add more energy and time and space to it so that your performance, so that the movement becomes more legit, if we can say that. I'm going to end off with this video that also gives you ideas about freestyling. You guys must enjoy, and I hope you can learn actually how to become a better dancer if you haven't already started a dancer. You guys must enjoy. See you next time. Bye-bye.
That's the main issue that people have, is they're scared of looking stupid or they're scared of being embarrassed. And the truth of the matter is you're gonna look a little dumb for a while, but it's okay. It's how you find new movement that you like. What is up, you guys? It's me, Galen Larice, and welcome back to another dance tips video here on my channel. In my last tips video, I gave you guys some tips for picking up choreography, whether if you're learning on video or in person. And I was thinking about it, and a lot of times when people are auditioning or they're taking class, the part where they're really getting nervous about is freestyling. And I love freestyling. We call it improv, we call it whatever you want, but I love dancing without being given any steps. I love it. And so I'm gonna give you guys some tips to help you improve your freestyles and help you feel a little bit less scared when you go to do them. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider staying a while. And if you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Okay. Let's jump into this video. My first tip for improving your freestyle for when you dance is to really listen to the music. I know that sounds like duh, I'm listening to the music, but really listen to the different parts of the music, listen to the bass versus the lyrics, really take a listen to what you're going to be dancing to before you even start dancing. I used to do this all the time when I would go to freestyle, is the music would play and I would just start whipping out all the steps, and it didn't have any kind of finesse to it, and that's what really makes a freestyle look appealing, is that it looks effortless. And so if you're throwing everything at it without listening to the music, it's really hard to pull that off. So first, listen to the music. And you can do this while you're waiting on the side or while you're learning the choreography, but listen to the music that's going to come next, the music that you're going to be freestyling to, so that you know what you're dancing to. My second tip for improving your freestyle when you dance is to slow down. Yes, listen to the music, but also you need to slow your body down. Something that I do sometimes when I'm trying to find new movement or find new ways to move different parts of my body is I force myself to dance really slowly. And this really helps you really pinpoint what muscles you're using and when you're using them, and it'll help you learn to use them in a new way. So when you go to freestyle, kind of feel out the music first by moving moving slowly. Give yourself at least 30 seconds, maybe let's say like 5 to 8 counts of just moving slowly so you can feel what's happening to the music, and then you can start to react to it as you progress through your freestyle. Obviously, if this is for an audition and you're only going to be given 4 8 counts or 2 8 counts, do this as you're learning it. So by the time it's your turn to do it, you already have an idea of what you're gonna do, but slow down in the beginning. My third tip for improving your freestyle when you dance is to wear something different. This can go for auditions, dance class, or just dancing at home. When you go to freestyle, try wearing something that you usually don't wear. I have noticed that I dance much different in a pair of cute bell-bottom pants than I dance when I have on baggy sweatpants or when I have on a big t-shirt. Changing your clothes unlocks different characters that you can portray when you dance. And so as you start to freestyle more, you'll learn, oh, to this kind of music, I like to dance this way versus to this kind of music, I like to dance this way. But you won't know that unless you change what you're wearing when you're dancing to different kinds of stuff. So change your clothes, and I promise you'll actually find that it affects how you move. Also, you'll just see how the clothes moves with you. Some things are more billowy, some things are more tight fitted. That also will impact how you dance because it affects your body. It's literally sitting on your muscles. Tighter clothes is contracting your muscles on your body. So it's going to make you dance different. And that's something that I think people don't think about, but clothes really can change how you dance and how you freestyle. My fourth tip for improving your freestyle when you dance is to practice the things that you want to show off at home before you go to class or before you go to the audition. So the thing about our body is that we develop a kind of muscle memory that when music comes on and we're told dance, we start to do some of the same kind of moves over and over. Now, if there's a different kind of move that you want to show off, say you have a really nice extension, you have really nice flexibility, or there's a jump that you want to fit there, you have to try fitting that in and practice that elsewhere so that your body can figure out how many counts that takes. So, for example, a bat ma is not going to be 1 count. It's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And depending on the speed of the music, that'll determine how fast that leg is. But if you're freestyling and your body doesn't realize that it's going to take you a full 4 counts and you try to do it in 1, you're going to lose your balance. You're going to find that things start to look really choppy. And so that's really where the practice comes in, is practicing the things that you want to show off so that your body automatically can know how it flows and how it can find the rhythm in whatever music you're listening to. There's nothing that feels more defeating than going for a big jump or a turn or whatever, and you kind of stumble out of it because you didn't know when you were supposed to end it, and you also don't know the song, so you're unfamiliar with the music and how long the song is or what's coming next to it anyway, and then all of a sudden this thing that you were supposed to do that was going to be like the magical move that was going to make people notice you, made people notice you, but not in the right way. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and practice your pull-out moves so that when you go to audition, you can actually perform and look your best. And my fifth and final tip for helping you improve your freestyle when you dance is to give yourself a task. When you are dancing, sometimes, like I said, you can get a little lost in it, you know? And so it's nice to have a task for you to focus on, whether if you're in class, in an audition, or just freestyling or improvising at home, to give your brain some focus and really let yourself kind of go in that state of flow. So something that I used to do all the time is that I would imagine that there would be an object of some sort in front of me, in front of the space that I'm dancing in, and I would move my body in and out of it and around it. And that would help me find new movement that I hadn't explored before. And once you do that, while also maybe changing the music, you find that you're able to find different shapes and stuff that you probably wouldn't normally find if you hadn't given yourself that task. Another task that you can give yourself is more of a task that you can kind of like act out. So sometimes you'll hear people say, imagine that you're a flower and you're blooming in the spring. Dance like you're a flower blooming in the spring. That's essentially giving yourself a task, giving yourself something to kind of focus your movement on so that you can explore new ways to move your body. I found that sometimes I can tell when people are also doing this, or when that's something that's kind of a habit of theirs, I can kind of watch them dance and I can see them moving around something. And it's really cool to see other people do it as well. And giving yourself a task or something to focus on will also just help you pay less attention to the people around you and help you focus on what you're doing so that you can feel less intimidated by people watching you freestyle. Because a lot of times that's the main issue that people have, is they're scared of looking stupid or they're scared of being embarrassed. And the truth of the matter is you're gonna look a little dumb for a while, but it's okay. It's how you find new movement that you like. And then you keep what you like and you leave what you don't. And that is it, you guys. Those are my tips for helping you feel a little bit less intimidated by freestyling, improving, dancing when no one gives you steps. Improving and freestyling is my favorite thing to do. I love dancing without someone telling me what to do, you know? And I feel like finding my love for freestyling has also helped me fall more in love with dance, because a lot of times dance can be associated with other things or specific choreographers or teachers or whatever, and so sometimes it's nice to just dance how you want to dance, you know what I mean? I challenge you after watching this video to go freestyle for a little bit. Pick maybe 3 songs and just let your body move to them. You can do it in front of a mirror or away from a mirror. It's totally up to you, whatever you're comfortable with, but I do think over time you'll fall more and more in love with it. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like these, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to build this channel up. I think I have something really special here, and I love hearing you guys' feedback, and I want to keep making these videos, but to do that I have to have the audience. I gotta have the folks, you know? And be sure to like this video if you enjoyed this specific video, because I haven't made a lot of dance tips in the past, but I'm coming back to making them and I think you guys are enjoying them. So anywho, I'll see you guys in my next video next weekend. Later.